Holy Beach Retreat, Batman. Ah! We're diving into a recap of the weekend and big takeaways, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm a little hoarse, y'all can hear, but it is that whole change of weather, talking all weekend, coming back. But I've got myself my cup of warm apple cider, hot apple cider. It's not hot anymore, it's kind of warm. But anywho, I've got that here. So I apologize for the hoarseness, but I could not miss coming in and giving a recap on last weekend and how bananas it was. It was so amazing. So if you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. I always want to know who is with me on my Wednesday lives. Let me know. And if you want a copy of today's show notes, drop the word beach below and I will get you a copy of those as well. So today I'm going to dive into the big takeaways for myself and also some ahas from the group. And y'all, if you know someone who needs to hear this, sprinkle the love around. Like throw some pixie dust somebody's way because we're absolutely better together. And if you're new here and you're joining me and you've stumbled upon us somehow, I'm Erin Burd and I support dance studio owners and educators to really grow their businesses by creating their own vision of success without burnout, overwhelm, or sacrificing your personal life because you don't have to. You can actually have it all. You can have passion, you can have profit, and you can create the life of your dreams. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to take a drink with here. While you drop it, say hello. Let me know that you're here while I get myself a drink of my caramel apple cider. So good. I really do feel like these help whenever you have a hoarse throat. Anybody else have these? Let me know below. I know most people, when they go to Starbucks, they don't get apple cider, but I'm not a huge coffee drinker. And so I love, though, they have a caramel apple spice. It's so yummy and delicious, and it makes my throat feel so much better. So, let me know. Okay. So, let me know if you're joining me. I see you here, and I want to know that you're here. It makes me feel like we can have a conversation. So, drop those below. Now, I have to tell you that last weekend, we had our Dance Studio Owners Beach Business Retreat. And what I can tell you is this. Number one, what a blessing that we had it last weekend. My heart is broken really for the community that they're gonna, they're looking at another hurricane. And so I'm praying that it is passes by and that everyone is safe and sound and that, you know, it's just a little bump. So, but the blessing and the silver lining for me and the group was that we came last weekend and the weather was warm. It was very tropical. We got, oh my goodness, the last day um, me and a couple of the ladies went down to the beach and we had some charcuterie boards or whatnot, and we were having those on the beach. And oh my gosh, all of a sudden just started raining on us. And so I looked like like a wet dog by the time we like gathered our stuff and got ourselves together. But it was so much fun and memories that I think that we will never ever forget. So, my friends, what do you want to know? I have things that I want to share, but I'm going to wait. Drop below. Like, what are you wondering about from this weekend? What is it that you're like, I want to know what came out of that? Because my friends, I'm here to share with you and I'm making sure because I can see you there. But sometimes it doesn't give me your comments right away. So I want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody because um, I was just thinking about Mr. Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers. So many memories tied to watching Mr. Rogers when I was a kid, but I love Mr. Rogers. And remember, he would come in and he would change his shoes and he would talk to you in the camera and he encouraged you to talk back to him. right? And I remember as a kid talking back and saying hello to him. Y'all, type in and say hello to me. I need to know you're there. So, okay. So I'm just gonna get on with it since I'm not seeing a lot of comments right now. Tear makes me sad. But I know that you're here. And I'm hoping that you are just maybe listening in on you know, listening in while you're driving or who knows. But all right, let's dive in. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody finally said hello. Thank you, my friend. Hello. How are you? Ah, thank you for giving me some sunshine. Okay, so hello, hello, hello. All right, so let's go ahead and let's dive into why we are here today. So we're diving into the big takeaways and ahas from the group and myself, and some things that I think are super important to mention and talk about. So, recap, I think that the weekend was absolutely amazing. I think that we started off, we got together, and we had some really great connections and conversation. We dove into really figuring out our big vision and the why behind what we're actually doing, which was absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, we had a private chef come in who took care of us. Oh my gosh. Now, can I get two clappers for that? Ah! That makes my heart so happy because you know how I love my clappers. And the fact that you're using them at your studio now makes my heart so, so happy. Um, it brings so much joy. Now, I know sometimes maybe you might think, oh, Erin's being obnoxious with her clappers, but you know what? Like, they make me feel good. And that's what it's all about. So, anywho, okay, so we had our private chef come. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all! The food was amazing. Great conversation. It was really just a great way to really ease into the retreat together. And day two was, oh my gosh, y'all! We went to sunrise yoga on the beach. It was pretty magical. And I can even feel it right now. I remember we were sitting on the beach and we were in yoga and the sun was rising and I could feel the rays just like gently on my face. And it felt so amazing. And it allowed me to just open up and think about what I wanted to see happen for the day. And oh, it was so, so good. It was so good. Hearing the waves crashing, all while watching the sunrise come up and having yoga together. So good. We went back for a yummy breakfast and then everyone kind of showered, got themselves together, and then we dove in. Oh my goodness, y'all. We dove in to learning. And then I surprised everyone at lunch and told them that I had massages for them. So we had a masseuse come in, and everyone got to take turns having a terrific massage. And then we had implementation time next to the pool, working one on one with me. Everybody rotated and had some time to get some stuff done, as well as just sit by the pool and relax and enjoy the weather and the sun. And oh, so good. And anytime we needed to, we had a 30-second dance party, which was so, so fun. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Anytime anyone needed to, slap that 30-second dance party button. We all got up, moved our bodies, danced, and had a great time. Um, and then we went down to the most magical restaurant ever, y'all. The garlic, and it was so stinking. I mean, like it was. There were so many like twinkle lights, and like the atmosphere was just so good. Conversation was so good, and one of the big things that I heard over the weekend was that being a studio owner could actually feel very lonely in a way, and that you may not feel like you have a lot of friends. And the beautiful thing about the retreat was that it was a small group of women that got to connect, They understood each other. It wasn't like this big conference where it was go, go, go. Like you actually got to sit down and learn about people and their studio and about where they're struggling with. And that a lot of times it wasn't very different from what you're struggling with or things that have come up for you in the past. And while I don't want to hear that it could be lonely, I want everyone to feel like they have people in their corner. I suspected that that's how it felt. And so to be able to bring together a small group of women to spend time together, to connect on a deeper level, makes my heart so happy. And I feel like just from that, I could call the weekend a success. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. We were in there, we were learning, we were having fun, we were oh my gosh, there was so much laughter. And y'all, I had them step outside their comfort zones a little bit, right? And we actually did a whole board breaking exercise activity ceremony, whatever you want to call it. And I think that it was so empowering for everyone, um, because we all have points where we tell ourselves, like, oh my gosh, can we do this? Right? And can I be totally transparent with you guys? Let me know. I want to know in the comments. If not, I'm not going to share because it's scary. It's a vulnerable share, but I want to make sure that you want to hear it. So let me know. You want me to share my transparency? I'll wait for you and then we'll continue on. And if you come back in, okay, yes. All right. I had to have at least one person tell me yeah. So, how many times have you felt like you don't know if you could actually achieve something? Maybe you've like, let's go back. Oh my gosh, we're almost coming to the end of 2022. And how many times do we set resolutions, intentions, goals for the year, and then we don't actually hit the mark? This actually came up while we were there, right? And so we start to feel, we start to doubt ourselves. We start to feel it like, are we going to be able to do this? Are we going to be able, why set these goals if I'm just going to fail anyway, or I never hit the mark anyway? How many of you have felt that way? Because let's be honest with you. I mean, I have failed a lot. And you know what? I'm not ashamed by my failures. I actually, every time I fail, I think it's a great learning opportunity. And now if I keep making the same mistakes, then I should, reevaluate that. But really, I fail, and when I fail, I learn, and I learn from it. And so I have failed a lot. It's okay to fail. I think it's all part of the process. But what came up for so many people was like, I made these big goals for 2022 and we're in November now. And I just went back to them and I haven't really gotten where I wanted to get. And right now, I want to share with you that we all, and myself included, have those moments of being scared to try something new or to to keep pushing forward if we aren't where we thought we should be in the time that thought we should be there. So, let me give you an example. This Dance Studio Owners Beach business retreat, it was a beautiful vision and dream that I had. But like a lot of you, I had some of those scary feelings creep in. Will anyone come? Who am I to do this? And now, yes, I have helped many studio owners across the world grow their businesses, transform their lives, do all that. But this was something new and different. And it was scary. It was scary to put this out there because, y'all, this isn't like me just coming on here for free and going live and do whatever. I had to invest money to make sure we had a beautiful retreat location, to be sure that we had a private chef, and to create the experience that I wanted for these studio owners was an investment, and it was scary because I didn't know if anybody would actually come. But guess what? I took the leap anyway. And it was one of my big goals for 2022 was to actually launch one of these retreats. And so even though I had those icky feelings of, you know, fear, doubt, um, even a little imposter syndrome, right, guys? Like, maybe I'm not at the level that I think I need to be at to do this. Who am I? Have you ever had those feelings creep in? I sure have. I'm not immune to it, but I made a decision to move forward in spite of. Even if I fail, it would be a lesson learned. And I think this came up so much for a lot of the studio owners that were there talking about how when we were doing some goal setting, how they didn't they didn't know that they wanted to even do goal setting because they were afraid, but what if I don't make the mark? And when we dug in a little bit, it wasn't that their goals were audacious and they could never reach them, or that they were too big for their britches, or, right, who are they to have these crazy goals? For most of them, it wasn't about that. It was actually about them being committed and visiting those goals consistently and having somebody there to hold them accountable because they were getting derailed from their vision and their mission and those big goals too often because the day to day of things, which happened to all of us, were getting thrown in front of them and it was stopping them in their tracks. But we talked a great deal about the one thing. And if we just do one thing every single day to move the needle forward, you are guaranteed to look back at a year from now and be in a different place. If you are committed to being consistent, and like I said, just doing one thing, that's all that it takes is just one thing. So I think that was a big aha and takeaway because sometimes I'm totally guilty of this. I want to know, are you guilty of this? I feel like it's all or nothing. Do you ever feel like it's all or nothing? Like we were having a conversation and someone said like, I feel like I have to either go big and do 5 days a week of XYZ or nothing because if I'm not going to go full out, go big, go home, then it's not worth doing. And while I understand the sentiment, for most of us, right? Too often, we do it too often when really it's okay to say, I'm going to take maybe a slow and steady approach if that aligns with your goals. Or maybe it's hey, I'm going to start doing my commitment is I'm going to start out with doing this 2 days a week. And then I'm going to move to 3 and 4 and then 5. Instead of trying to go 0 to 5, right? Instead of going 0 to 100 out the gate, why can't we like slow and steady? Work the muscle, build the muscle, and then go bigger. But sometimes, again, too often, we feel like we have to, it's all or nothing. When really, it doesn't have to be that way. And we talked a huge deal about perspectives, how they're showing up for us, which was a huge nugget takeaway for a couple of the members, and just how simply shifting our perspective can change our entire world. I cannot tell you how number one proud I am of everyone who joined us and came and played full out and they really embraced the challenges that I gave them and they They were there to support each other, to lift each other up, to share, to give space when people needed space. Of course, my friend. Hmm. The weekend was, I would say, pretty magical. And while everyone said, we don't want to leave yet, it needs to be longer. We don't want to leave yet. But what I know is everyone is super excited for the next one. And I think that they gave the comparison. It's hard to know what you're when you approach this retreat. If you've never gone to a business retreat like this, you don't know what to expect. Most of us have gone to maybe a summer conference or a convention or things of that nature where it's go, 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 go. And there's a million different workshops and seminars, and you get overloaded, right? You're overwhelmed when you leave because you don't know what to do. Something for us that I was really committed to is making sure that we had an action plan when we went home, that you knew what to do and what to focus on, what was going to be the best investment of your time. And what kept coming up, and some big ahas were that it's okay to take some time for yourself, to give yourself space, because a lot of times that's when the creativity actually comes. And someone who was able to bang out a whole bunch of curriculum for her staff while she was there. And she was like, ideas just keep coming to me. That's amazing, right? Because she's like, I was having a little choreography block before I left. But here, I'm given the space and the time, and I felt open, and I just felt like all of a sudden, all these creative ideas were coming to me. And so she was able to bang out some curriculum for her staff that gave her a spark back, and she was excited. And she didn't feel like she had this, you know, block in front of her to get done what she wanted to do. So it's pretty magical, you guys. But the biggest aha takeaway, I think, if I listen to what each individual person told me, was this: that we need, as dance studio owners, to know that we really truly are not alone. If you make the decision to surround yourself with people who are going to motivate you and inspire you and lift you up. You need people in your life who get you. You need people who are on the same path and aren't there to be catty or whine or complain. Oh my gosh, that was another thing someone said to me. It's like, oh my gosh, Erin, I absolutely adored that nobody there was whining or complaining, or, you know, everybody was genuinely there to know that we each had our own struggles, and that was perfectly fine. But everyone was solution based. They're solution based. That's pretty amazing. It was so, so good. And so, my friends, if you feel like a studio owner on a deserted island, if you're feeling a little lonely, if you are feeling like you need a really great community of people who want to show up and to move you forward, then I want to invite you on Monday. The next round of the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp is starting up. And this is a group of people who are just like you. We are going to be diving into enrollment strategies, retention strategies. We're going to talk about how to use organic social media. We're going to be diving into really accelerating your business. And that could be from the point of enrollment. That could be so many great people. Yes. Right? So, so good. So, we are going to dive into all of the things that you need to really move the needle forward. And again, this is a very small group. I don't take a ton of people. I don't want you to feel like you get lost in the shuffle. I am here to support you. My team is here to support you, and we will come up with a solution for you and what it is that you're struggling with. But that's what the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp is all about. It's about accelerating momentum, moving yourself forward, and seeing the results that you need. And remember at the top of the show when I said that my goal is to really help studio owners create their own unique vision of success? I'm really utterly committed to that. And so in our last round of the boot camp, we had studio owners who were looking for different things. We had Amber who came in and she added 61 new students during our 10 weeks together. That's pretty awesome, y'all. 61 new students trying some different things that she just needed to tweak, and we fixed them, and she's learned some new strategies, but the systems were key to the success with that. And then we had like Rihanna, who is really looking at getting super organized and again, working on some systems. And oh my goodness gracious. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that it was so inspiring for you. Oh, makes it all worth it, right? We have Brianna who really wanted to get organized, right? And so she's feeling so much more confident moving forward. She got herself organized, she got systems in place, and that's what the time was for her. This is a container where we accelerate, right? We like collapse time, accelerate growth, and get you to exactly where you need to be. I had, my goodness, Marjorie's so good. She came in. She is committed to the slow and steady approach, slow and steady growth. She's really committed to getting her, she has a very strong commitment to what she sees. And we really worked on that. How can we use the strategy? She added some new students. She rebranded her logo. She got a new website up. I mean, it's really for you, no matter if you're just starting out, you've been in the game for a while, but you know that you need a little more support. You need accountability, and you need someone to hold you up and make sure that you are in it for the marathon and not just the sprint. That's what it's about. So the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, you guys, you can see it below. We are starting on Monday, and it's going to go through. It's 10 weeks long, so we will be going through the holidays and finishing up right at the beginning of February because of the holidays. I'm going to drop the link in here as well for you in the chat. And if you think this is something that you're interested in, absolutely reach out. We could talk. But can I tell you that I announced it yesterday, and within the first couple hours, I had 3 new people enroll. It's a small group, y'all. This round will sell out. So if it's something that you've been on the fence about, or you thought about, or you saw the last couple rounds and you're like, ooh, I really want to do that. 2 things. Number one, jump in, let's have a conversation, because the rates will be increasing in 2023. This is the last round of us doing it at the current pricing. And so y'all don't want to miss out. So I won't go into all the details about the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp. We can have a private conversation. There's more information on the website, but no, we're starting Monday. And I know I had someone who jumped in and said, this is probably the craziest time of the year to jump in for, like it seems like a crazy time to jump in. And while I get that, the holidays are coming around, I feel like there's no better time than right now, right? There's no better time right now than to start planting the seeds, doing the work, setting yourself up for success in 2023. Magic can happen. You get to decide if the end of 2022 is going to be amazing and you're going to make great strides, or is the end of 2023 or 2022 going to be like just getting by the day to day till you get to 2023 and set new goals for yourself. You don't have to wait till 2023. You don't have to wait till Monday to start. right? You could start right now. You could start making changes right now if you just decide and you commit to moving the needle forward. And I'm here to hold space for you for that if that's what you so want to do. Now, I'm going to tell you, my friends, we're kind of wrapping it up for today. What I can tell you is keep an eye out. I will be dropping more information on the next Dance Studio Owners Business Retreat. There will be a new location. It's going to be good. The spaces will be very limited. So keep an eye out for that. That I will be dropping in the next couple weeks. And let me tell you, the studio owners who came to the first one, the Beach Owners Business Retreat, they're already like, yes, please, I'm in. I want to get my spot. So know that will be coming out. I'll be dropping a wait list soon for that. And my friends, there were so many good ahas and takeaways. I could go on and on and on. And if you come back in on the replay, let us know that as well. I want to know. And if you joined us at the Beach Studio Owners Dance Business Retreat, drop your ahas, your nuggets, your takeaways, because I think that it's powerful to share those with others. And you guys, I want you to know that no matter where you're at in your journey, that I'm here. You could be just starting out, you could be a seasoned vet. But I know that anybody who comes into my camp, they believe in leaning in and learning for life, right? So I'm going to leave you all there. I hope that you have a fantastic week. I will see you next Wednesday, same time, same place, for another episode of the Erin Burd Life Show, where we dive into business strategy and mindset tips and tricks, and to really just move forward and live the life that we want to live with an amazing business that fulfills and does good for our soul and brings us joy, because it should. So I'm going to leave you all there, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, my friends.